Amazing hair trends to now the latest news from the final frontier. All right, so last week, news from the world of space and technology revolved around Falcon Heavy, the launch of the biggest rocket off of the face of the planet Earth. But we kind of missed a very important point, the fact that there was an entire Tesla Roadster strapped to the front of that rocket sent out into the abyss. But like, why, Elon? Why? That's the big question we're asking today. And we're joined by our space expert, outreach astronomer at the South African Astronomical Observatory, Dr. Daniel Kahneman. Thanks so much for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. So people are still talking about this. I mean, look at that beauty with... Firstly, the question is, why would SpaceX actually do this? Why?
And I think the answer is, why not? So basically this was a test flight, right? So they wanted to send that rocket to space. They needed a payload. Generally, these test rockets go up with a block of concrete or a big jug of water. Like, it's something meaningless or not very valuable.
I'm sure somebody could have found some meaning and some usage for that Tesla Roadster somewhere here on planet Earth. But okay.
But I mean, Elon Musk has got a flair for the dramatic. He's previously sent up a wheel of cheese, actually, in one of his previous launches. So
those aliens are going to think we're so nice when they meet these random gifts floating around. But so, where do they predict the rocket will go, and what exactly is supposed to happen to it?
Yeah, so Elon's initial tweet or announcement was that he wanted to get it into orbit around Mars. That's very tricky, and I'm not sure that was ever really going to happen. Mm-hmm. The launch window for getting it to Mars is actually coming up in April, May, so we don't know what he's got up his sleeve. Maybe something else. Yeah. So it'll be going out beyond Mars's orbit, into the asteroid belt, and then orbiting around the Sun. Yeah.
But there's also news that the trajectory might have been overshot and that it's actually going off course right now. Is that true?
Well, so again, that's we're not really sure exactly what SpaceX's plan was, but very clever people have been tracking its orbit now. We can see where it's going to go and calculate its orbit for the next few hundred years, and see that it's going to orbit the Sun. It'll pass within about 7 million kilometers of Mars, which is pretty close. Yeah. And I think SpaceX will be pretty happy with that. Yeah. I'm not sure that they ever really wanted to get it onto Mars, per se.
Okay, so but at the end of the day, what is SpaceX actually trying to do with all these missions, with all these pilot programs and rockets being launched into space? What is the ultimate goal for them?
For SpaceX, it's a commercial enterprise. Yeah. So up until now, it's been government agencies, so NASA and the Russian agencies who are sending these things into space. It's the government funded on the taxpayer's account. But Elon Musk has taken it into the public domain, and it's a commercial enterprise. You can hire a Falcon Heavy for $90 million and send 54 tons of whatever you like into space.
Wow. Wow. Must be so nice. Nice life problems. What do you think is going to happen to this beautiful car? On the piece of the rocket that it's hanging off of right now, it's going to be going into eternity.
Yeah, so it's unfortunately not going to be a happy end for it, I don't think. So space is not a pleasant place. When we send things up into space, we have to make sure they're very, very well protected from solar radiation. Yeah. Our atmosphere protects us very well from all the solar radiation, harmful rays. It's out now beyond our atmosphere and subject to some extreme solar radiation. Yeah. It's going to break down all the seats and the leather and all of that, the tires. That'll all come off within the next year, I'd imagine. The metal will last a little bit longer, but then, of course, there's a lot of debris in space. So micrometeorites, these like millimeter small little things which will hit it and pocket up. Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll get sucked into a black hole somewhere and pop in an alternate universe and be like, oh my word, somebody's going to have a Tesla right in front of them from like 20 years back.
Well, maybe in 100 years somebody will go up there, pick it down and put it in their museum.
Daniel, thank you so much for joining us. That's the latest news from the Final Frontier.